Okay, so now we're going to begin the servo installation, and the first thing we're going to do is use a soldering iron again to cut out the openings for all these. Once again, that'll help keep the covering melted down to the wood rather than a X-Acto knife that'll leave it kind of hanging off. So for the ailerons, again, I mentioned that I'm not going to use the hidden servo option because I am going to use this plane for 3D flight. I'm going to use the flush mount installation, which is located just beside it and just above from the control horn. And you can kind of feel the opening about the size of a servo. And if you just put the soldering iron in, and lightly trace around. And there you go. You can see here, this is actually where the servo is going to recess, so it's actually goes up a little bit more here. Okay, so now we're going to begin on servo installation. The first thing I did on the wing here is I added a 12-inch extension to this so that it can just exit the wing. You also want to make sure you secure that using something. Well, I'm going to use the Servo safety clips that we sell. They're about $4 for a pack of 10 or 12. They just go on like that and make sure that it cannot slip off of there. Just for illustration purposes and ease of use, I'm going to go ahead and take that off. What you want to do is slide like a thin wire up through the wing and into this spot. If you kind of grab it and then hook that wire onto here, you could tape it on, or I put a small bend in it so it kind of grabs onto the edge of the servo wire. You can then snake this all the way through the wing to the outside, but for the time being, I'm just going to kind of pass it over to here so I can show you the next step. All right, so now we're just going to temporarily set this servo in place using it as a template, and then we're going to pre-drill each of these holes using a 1/16 inch bit. So then what you want to do is go ahead and hit these holes with a little bit of thin CA. That'll harden the wood and give it a stronger lifetime bond.
It features a 40-inch wingspan and an airfoiled wing for a superior outdoor performance in light to moderate winds. The electronics package is plenty of power.